Welcome back, everybody. Here we go again. The hunt for nails. It's like Gollum, the hunt for the ring. But this is for nails. And really important. So the base has improved, as you can see. We need to do some sorting as well. So I need to clear some rubbish. It's the first thing to do. It's a rubbish clear. We've got a lot of rubbish. Not all of this is rubbish. Some of it's just going to be repaired. But get tools out that we can move into the tool place. Got any storage on it? Ammo's going to be decided and stuff like that. Yeah. Keys to the other side. Let's start to move mags down here. Actually, start with scopes at the bottom. Easy. We're doing a little bit of sorting to start with. Get things a bit more under control. Chuckles. How's you, mate? Just so you can see, just doing some sorting. Hope you're okay, Chuckles. Yeah, and then I came offline and I came on here and started work. I was in this morning doing stuff as well. Yeah, before work this morning I came on and did some bits and pieces. It needed to happen. Rubbish loot. Rubbish. 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 Not worth repairing. Rubbish. 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 Be repaired. Most of that's useful. Okay. That lot. Get in at the moment. It's ammo. Yes, sort of. Yeah. Lots of different charities doing the similar thing. I was put together by something called the Warrior Program. They put me back together. And when I say put me back together, I really do mean they put me back together. They did a lot of work with me. Got to get this lot sorted, guys, so then we can carry on just playing the game. Because otherwise we'll just keep throwing loot in and not sorting anything, which doesn't work at all for any of us, especially if we're being raided and we need to grab stuff. I realise this will all have to be sorted properly, but I need all the ammo in the same place to make that life easier. I need to also repair mags that need repairing. I'm trying to get mags, ammo and scopes in the same place because it makes sense. There. Rubbish. flares, rubbish. Pick up a lot of space for not a lot of gain. So that's that. Right then. Next, don't bring that out. So scopes are there. Another space. We bring mags down next. That needs repairing. Really ammo. That's first aid. That's first aid. Well, there's no... that needs to come out. That needs to come out. That needs to come out. 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 Good game. Some of this ammo will be binned once we get around to sorting it again, because we don't need low caliber. It's a waste of time. Zombies can be taken out with knives. Low caliber, people just hear the shots, silenced shots, and they come for you. Thinking of suggesting that to more large channels. Okay, mate. That's there. That can go there. That can go there. Right, we need to bring that up to there. That goes to there. That swings that way. That's sorted. Right, then we need to bring baby ones across. These do need repairing. That's grenades. Go there. I know they need repairing, but let's have them in the right place to start with, because that's half the battle. Getting there. Boring jobs like this are a nightmare, but they still need to happen. Bring that up. That's good. Right then. Nothing more magazine, weapon parts, or anything of that type there. That I think I'm pretty happy with. Okay, so let's get this lot sorted. So first aid down the bottom. We'll go for a second row across. We've got not massive amounts, but we still soon will have. We might be able to do it from here. Binned off. First aid. That's ammo. Go up here. Repair there. Knives can go there. There's scope next door. Fire lighting. Repair kit. First aid. Keys. Right, and so we need to bring this down one. keys there. Repair kits. Sharpening stones. Spare these that we can't fit in anywhere else. That's all right, mate. It'll all make sense as we start to get more storage. The idea is that if we're being raided, you can quickly find what you need to find to be able to defend the base if you're home when we're being raided. So the idea is that ammo will always be in the same place. Eventually, all the magazines will be cleaned. They'll all be filled. All this ammo will be in caliber size. It's about helping everybody quickly fight back. That's what it's really all about. Ammo. First aid. First aid. Spare tools. Food. Go there. Bring these here. That makes sense for the moment. First aid down here. Clothing, we've got nowhere else to put it. We'll just stick it here for the moment. Spare gloves. Spare knives. Spare batteries because we've got nowhere else for them. So there will work. That's for sale. Be worthwhile having. Bit of spare clothing. That kept on me. Right. Nowhere to really put this at the moment. So there. They're needed for when we do crates. Okay, so that's that sorted as much as we can. Let's grab that one, dump it with the rubbish. Okay, so we've got there, weapon rack there, mate. And we've got a weapon rack there. Obviously, fridge is set up. And the limited resources we've got through this stuff. Right, so now, ammo and mags. So mags have to be cleaned. So go for the ruined one first. Because you want to clear the ones that got not a lot left on them. Get rid of them first. Obviously, we want everyone to not have to do this. If we're being attacked and you've got rounds going down and your teammates are being killed, the last thing you want to do at that point is to clean magazines and fill them with ammo, when you should be getting out on the ground and trying to defend the team. So it's about getting the work done now to make life easier going forward. Damage needs repairing. We need more storage. That's the bottom line. Right, I keep damaged mags and ammo on my person and put pristine and worn in storage. No, you repair it, mate. You repair the damaged mags. Because why would you want a damaged mag on you? What happens if I'm getting shot at and I'm out of ammo? And I say, you've got a spare mag, and you give me a mag and it jams my weapon. So you repair it. Yeah? Keep everything repaired as much as you can. So next thing to do is to get as much stuff filled magazine wise that we can. But then when you come home, you grab a weapon, you can grab a mag. The next option will be to put mags on all the weapons, so all the weapons that we have available mags for, there'll be a mag on the weapon ready to go. It works, Chuckles. You'll get used to it. It does work, though. And once it's done, everyone's life becomes easier. Five-round mag. Damaged. Needs repairing. One mag in there. 6 rounds, sorry. Once it's done, it's easier to keep the base in this sort of quality. Once it's tidy the first time and everyone sort of keeps to it, it works. It's when we let this go too long without, it again becomes a nightmare to try and sort, and nobody wants to do it then. pretty good. Right then. So, lowest caliber round that we should have is 9mm armor piercing. Then 5.45. Really have those because they're shite. So lowest caliber round will be 5.45, and the lowest caliber weapon we'll have in camp is 5.45, because when you shoot someone you want to kill them, not have to put a full mag in just to be able to have a chance of killing them. So 5.45. Rubbish. Shotgun as well is rubbish. Uh, 5.45 into 5.56, 8mm Mauser. No thank you. It's all right, but it's not exactly amazing. So we'll keep it. We've got a lot of it, but we're not going to go great guns. Shotgun rubbish. Shotgun rubbish. 5.45. So 5.56. Sorry, my mistake. Uh, 5.56 into, that's rubbish, rubbish, into 7.6239. First round that actually makes sense in DayZ. And 7.6254. Now we can start moving things up a little bit. Got a server restart. That's the next thing to worry about. Server restart. Wait for the server to come back up and we'll carry on. We won't be sorting all night. Once the ammo's sorted, then we'll be off on the ground looking for nails. It never stops, Chuckles, and every server's different. Just remember, if you want to kill people, 76239 minimal. 556 at a push. 5.45 should only ever really be used on fully automatic weapons at very close range with a full mag of 30 rounds into somebody. Never single shot it. 556, same thing, fully auto. At 76239 and above, you can start to take aimed shot as long as you're hitting the head. But again, burst. Only really single shots on snipers. Everything else, fully automatic to the chest. And you stand a chance. Which is why our mini Rugers look nice, but they're shit. Because they're 5.56 single shot. But they're fine for looting for nails, because if you get killed, you're not losing a good weapon. So I think we've got about another 30 minutes of sorting maximum, and then we'll be done. Like sometimes I get factional knife X, and I have to be flurries of strikes, and I get vanilla combat knife and one tap civilian infected. Yeah, it'll happen. But that's also the server, which type of and whether the infected have been boosted, because you won't know on a vanilla server, on a modded server, whether they've played with the infected or not. I do. Yeah, I take military hard zombies and put civilian clothes on them. Others do the same. So we move that up. We're moving 556 up because it's not essential to have any more 223. We'll move 762 up, which will give us more space to play with. And then 762 54 up. Okay, that's better. 54, 54, 54, again. I realise some of these can be condensed, and they will be at the end. 9mm, rubbish. I'm not happy with Mauser, but that's 308, 54. Piercing rubbish. As I said, it's great at piercing armor, but the weapons that tend to throw it out don't tend to be very powered. So then 308. Rubbish. I'm going to decide what we're doing with Mauser. 8mm would come at the top. So if we bring 308 down to here, that's probably our most important round. Then we bring that down. .556 is where we'll probably have most of the weapons. Whether it's a good round or not, that's where we'd expect to have most of our ammo. So now I see that the silver lining to being based near the debug border is I can fresh spawn, scramble home, and toss useless items into my fishing bay down the hill. Yes! Probably needs to go. It's Mauser, so it's probably about here. But I don't know for sure without looking at their data sheets, so it might need moving. So now we start to condense. Okay, so that sort of works. Right, what else we got? We've got some 338 Lepore, which is very important. A bit more 308. 308, 308, and 308. Okay, so Lepore swing that way. Happy with that? That's that sorted. Right, rubbish on the rubbish pile. Right, rubbish weapons now. Throw that up. 101's keepable, AKM keepable, M16 needs repairing. Or they all have mags, don't they? Fine, 80 is fine. Thompson rubbish. Bison rubbish. Is that 308? Yeah, it's the sniper. Sort of. Needs repairing. Sniper. Here. That's all snipers. That should all be submachine guns. It is. That's excellent. Right, let's get some repairs done on that lot. Damaged. Message on Discord for loaded announcement. Just going to have a quick read. Okay, the US server is closing on this Wednesday. And eventually they're going to replace it with another EU server that has bigger teams. But it's costing them too much to maintain with a low player amount. I get it. Shame, but that's life. Closing, gone. This server we're on now will be gone on Wednesday. Instead, they'll have the EU one and the 3-man EU and the 6-man Arctic, and then there's not enough US players to maintain it. You know, it's not high enough numbers for the cost. Same reason I'm taking Goblin Z from 30 slots probably down to 10. I'm paying for 20 slots that never get used. Yeah. But that's okay. That's life, you know. Eventually they'll bring another EU server in, they've said, that'll be a 6-man or above. So it means that we'll lose some of the players from the other EU server. That's life, though. So all this sorting was for nothing. Oh well. Seeing it's closing, that rather changes what we're going to do this evening, doesn't it? Options. I want to disable, apply, enable, apply, back, continue. I imagine Wipes Friday would be my guess. If they're closing it Wednesday, I imagine Wipes going to be this week as well for the other server. That would be my guess. So, seeing you're not seeing it, you might as well have a look and see what we've got here. Like nothing in there. Armor. Oh, see, what we could have done, I didn't think about that, is the other clothing items put in the bottom of there. That would have worked better. There you go. So, we don't need any more nails. And what keys have we got? Pissy. Donichi Hospital. Just breaking a record of that for us. So I need a better 5.56 weapon if we're running out. That'll do. Don't like that scope. Something a bit more ATOG-y. I've got both. Yeah, that's good enough for me. Fully auto, thank you. I'm an autistic creature. So this means our opportunity to claim a cave is sooner, not later. Yes. Realistically. My guess is wipe will be Friday. I don't know it, but if you're closing the US server Wednesday, all those players will want to play on the EU server. So, I mean, I'm on tonight. I won't be on tomorrow night. I won't be on Wednesday night because I'm working. Thursday night will just be, I'll do whatever I do, and then Friday, if they wipe, I'll be on here. Wipe is always a bit of a jump on. It will be hell. But that's life. Right, got mag, got ammo, got that, got that. What time is it on the server? It's 17:24. So realistically, I need to wait till morning and then make my way down to Solnichi. Have a quick look outside. So shed gone. My aim was to build another block there and then another block here and airlock it all and then go up a second layer on this one to give us a view down over the hill to shoot. That was the aim. Right, we'll wait for morning, and while that's happening, we'll burn that lot. Actually, so I built the ultimate base, didn't I? Yeah. There's our wood for a fire. That we needed, and one piece of paper. Put them underground. That's annoying. Bloody game. Okay. I'll teach you. Doesn't like it, does it? Because it's inside. Once again, bloody game. Okay, rubbish. You dumb. So either the cave or the plateau. Either does the... Oh, we can't do the plateau on this one. Yeah, we can. Yeah, cave or plateau. Plateau means we'll never be found. And it's flat. But cave means we will get hit more often because people will know we're there. Because people will know about the caves. Oh, we are. Job done. But basically now we're waiting for morning. And then we'll run down. Does destroying items get recorded to the server owner logs? That's not loot cycling. That's burning rubbish. Loot cycling is... Yes, it does. Everything gets logged. Yeah. But say there was a weapon on the floor there. And you ran into the building. And it was a bison, and you didn't want a bison, and sometimes it spawns a M16. And you picked up the bison, and then dropped it here. That's loot cycling. Yeah. Loot cycling is not bringing stuff home and then burning it because you don't need it. When you burn it, it destroys it and puts it back in the game somewhere. When you drop it next to something, what you're doing is you're forcing the game to replace it straight away on the location you're on. So that's why all the rubbish gets burnt all the time. Because people just, you don't selectively loot, you just grab every item and run home. And then you got to, until you learn not to bring home anything, until you learn how a server works. So, yeah. Let's be honest, that does not look like a 762 box. That does not look like a 55, yeah it does. That doesn't look like a 308 box. It should be yellow if you play vanilla. So why would you pick that box up? Or until you've learnt it. And if you're switching servers, you'd just pick the box up, wouldn't you? So you've got to learn which boxes, especially using custom ammo. But I wouldn't worry. It's not a problem. Loot cycling doesn't put any burden on the server. The reason loot cycling is frowned upon, because the server itself won't allow maximum loot anyway. The reason it's frowned upon is because it goes against the spirit of the game. Yes, you could end up with a little bit of lag, but most of us, if you're a sensible server owner, you run a program that stops more than 54,000 items of loot on the map. And then what that does is if people are, and that includes in bases, and if we get above 54,000 items of loot, then it stops loot spawning in at all to maintain the server. So sensible server owners will run that. Unsensible server owners won't. And that stops there being a loot cycle, stops it being a burden on the server, really. The problem is on big servers like this, where you've got bases that have thousands of items stored, that's where the lag comes in. Because the more, which is why this server works quite well, you know, an item like that stores helmets and vests only, and then the vest gives you a very little bit of storage, nothing major. Where a lot of servers that would have rucksacks in and everything else, and these things that close. So at the moment there's a locker and 6 items. Now there's just 1 item. And these things close automatically on restarts. You know, the toolbox, rather than having a massive space that you can fill, it's limited to certain tools. And they know you're never going to have that many nails because you're going to build. And as soon as you build, apart from the 4 metal I put in there, that's just a wall with a door, not individual items anymore. But yeah, that fridge is just 1 item. When you open it, it becomes lots of items. That's slightly different because the items can't be closed away, so you can see them on top, so they're there still. How's my footwear? Everything's all right. I could do some repairing. Where a fire had to shoot me last night. That's sorted. Okay. I think the plateau is the place to live rather than the cave, personally. But it's up to other players. I love living in caves, but it means we're going to have to spend a lot of time on the server getting nails together. Because we're not going to have very good security. Yeah, so you have something called Game Labs, basically, that monitors what's happening on the server back end and front end and stops things going wrong. And most of us run it. Some of the smaller servers don't, because they don't know why they need it. But the ones of us that do either have Game Labs or another method of monitoring, because we have to. I do because I know that if people are duping, it will let me know that people are duping, basically. So I have a different program running in the back end that if people are up to no good, I can find out very quickly. If someone picks up a box of 308 and they're in their base and suddenly they've got 50 boxes of 308, I'm able to go, ooh, I wonder why that is. Naughty, naughty children. So my guess is the wipe will be Friday, but I have no way of knowing. I'm basing that upon the fact that they're wiping the server. Oh, so they're getting rid of the US server. There'll be suddenly another 60 players that want to play on the EU server. It'll make sense to wipe it so everyone's got a equal playing field. But it means the EU server will be busy 24/7. Can't be bothered today. Or we might have to look for a different server to play. That's always a possibility. But now Fire's back, we can make some different choices. Got an idea. Need to talk to Fire about it. Might work. Especially if the EU server's so busy that we can never get on. I can't afford to pay for priority access. So, and if you've got 50 people with priority access, you'll still be in a massive queue. I can't believe all the effort we put in yesterday has gone to waste. That's DayZ for you, isn't it, Pixels? It'll certainly be a shorter stream tonight. I might go across and stream some experimental single player. But I'll need to stop this stream and then start another one. Yeah, I think that's what I'll probably do. Give me a second. I'm going to stop the stream and then I'll start up in again about 10 minutes time with a different